Samantala, nagpulong po ang Partido Liberal matapos mapatalsik ang ilang miyembro at kaalyado nila sa chairmanship sa ilang komite sa Senado. At kabilang po sa mga dumalo, si dating Pangulong Noynoy Aquino na pinayuhan daw ang kanyang mga kapartido na panahon na para magsalita. Tinutukan niya ni Lay Alves.
Closed door ang pulong kanina ng Liberal Party. Isang araw matapos matanggalan ng committee chairmanship ang mga kasaping senador at ngayon nasa minorya ng Senado. Bukod sa kanila, naroon ang kasalukuyang chairman ng LP na si Vice President Leni Robredo at ang kanilang chairman emeritus na si dating Pangulong Noynoy Aquino. Matipid ang kanyang pahayag sa media.
We agree that the party president will articulate. No? And I just want to add that I agree with what the party president will be saying.
Ang sabi ni Senate President Coco Pimentel, inalis daw ang mga LP senators dahil naaantala ang trabaho sa Senado, bunsod ng hindi pagkakasundo sa loob ng mayorya. Tingin ng mga senador ng LP, naalis sila sa pwesto dahil sa kanilang pagkontra sa ilang polisiya ng Duterte administration. Nariyan ang kanilang pagtutol sa nais ni Pangulong Duterte na ibalik ang death penalty, ang kanilang pagbatiko sa umunay extrajudicial killings, at ang kanilang pagdalo sa rally sa People Power Monument noong anibersaryo ng EDSA Revolution.
Ibig sabihin ba, pag ikaw tumututol sa ilang mga patakaran, gusto mo nang pabagsakin yung gobyerno? Hindi rin. Nasa demokrasya tayo
Payo raw ng dating Pangulo sa kanyang mga kapartido.
Ang basic guidance niya is it's about time na we speak up. It's about time na marinig uli yung mga boses ng LP.
Kung si Senador Antonio Trillanes IV ang tatanungin, kawalan ng mayorya sa Senado ang pagkapatalsik nila sa mga miyembro at kaalyado ng LP.
It's a political blunder on the part of the allies of President Duterte in the Senate because dati hindi naman nila kaaway itong LP bloc, pero ngayon they're pushed to a corner, so obligado na sila maging active members of the opposition.
Sa Kamara, 32 ang LP congressmen, 27 ang nasa mayorya, 5 ang nasa minorya. 6 sa kanilang committee chairperson, 1 ang deputy speaker at 1 ang miyembro ng Commission on Appointments. Una nang sinabi ni Speaker Pantaleon Alvarez, ang mga kongresistang may hawak na mahalagang posisyon sa Kamara, tatanggalin niya kung buboto kontra death penalty.
Ang sinabi ko, chairmanship at saka yung deputy speakers.
Aalisin niyo po yun?
Papalitan.
Should they stay in the supermajority kung papalitan?
Oo, bakit naman hindi? Isa lang naman yung hindi namin mapagkasunduan, di ba?
Pero kung aalis din ba ang liberal sa supermajority sa Kamara, saka na pag-uusapan. Tatapusin daw muna nila ang botohan sa death penalty bill.
Kung ayaw na sila ng administration na kasapi pa rin dun sa majority coalition, it probably join the minority. So dun, sa tingin ko, yun yung unang magiging trigger or breaking point.
Lay Alves, Nakatutok, 24 Oras.
Nirerespeto naman ng Malacanang ang kalayaan ng Senado na magpayag ng opinyon. Ito ba'y sinabi ni Presidential Spokesperson Ernesto Abella matapos maglabasan ng ulat na may kamay umano Aga Palacio sa pagkakatanggal sa committee chairmanship ng mga Liberal Party Senator. Iginit ni Abella bagamat malagang koordinasyon ng lehislatura at ehekutibo sa mga isinusulong na panukalang batas, hindi nakikialam ang Palasyo sa panloob na usapin ng mataas na kapulungan.
Si Senator Laila at Pinulong, LP siya, isa siyang kritiko ng administrasyon. So, konektado yan. Pagkatapos nun, kami naman bilang LP ng mga at LP coalition na mga senador, tinanggalan din ng committee. So this is all, ito ay kasama sa plano dahil hindi komportable ang mga administrasyon sa aming pagiging kritiko sa ilang mga bagay. Inilalabas ang palagay nating hindi tamang mga patakaran at polisiya. Parang ang gusto ata administration right or wrong, no? Na hindi naman din tayo papayag sa ganun. So ito ang tinutulan din natin ng EJK at itong Marcos Berial at dahil nga rito nakita siguro ng administrasyon na panahon na para kami ay ay tanggalan ng mga committee ito.
So, may kamay Malacanang sa nangyari, sir?
Basta, alam mo, Malacanang, administrasyon, isa lang yan, di ba? Isang ano yan, meron silang mga allies dito, meron silang kaalyado dito sa Senado, at lahat yan ay tumatugma.
So you felt betrayed by your colleagues who voted to...
Hindi. Alam mo,
So how do you call
nakadalawang term na ako, pangatlong term ko na ito. So, we saw it, we saw the writing on the wall. Ika nga, na talagang hindi sila papayag dahil sa ating pagiging, sa ating pambabatikos sa ilang mga patakaran ng pamahalaan, lalo na dito sa extrajudicial killings, pati dito sa death penalty, kasama din yan. Tapos yung mga botohan sa Senado, no? If you will remember, kami yung bumoto na kailangan si Las Cañas ay imbestigahan ng Senado. Merong ilan sa majority na talagang sa administrasyon na hindi natuwa yan. Bago nun, yung pag-imbestiga ng immigration, initially ayaw imbestigahan yan. Kung maalala ninyo, ayaw imbestigahan yung corruption ng mga deputy commissioner na konektado rin sa Malacanang. Kami rin ang nagtulak na magkaroon ng investigasyon dahil nga nire-refer sa Committee on Civil Service, pero sa huling banda, nag-hearing din, no? Ang Blue Ribbon Committee. Napalagay natin hindi mangyayari kung hindi kami nagtulak na magkaroon ng investigasyon doon.
Sir, anong next move ng minority or what can be expected of the minority?
Nag-usap kami kanina ni Senator Trillanes, Senator Drilon, myself, Senator Bam. Of course, we will have to get the manifestation ni Senator De Lima and we'll take it from there. Initially, sinabi on the floor ang magtatayong minority leader ay si Trillanes. Nung nag-usap kami, sabi namin lahat, no? We will find a consensus. Actually, nagpapasahan kami.
Ikaw na.
Si Frank pinasa sa akin, ako pinasa ko kay Bam, si Bam pinasa ulit kay Trillanes, si Trillanes pinapasa sa akin. So, parang basketball. Hindi.
So, sino likely na?
Wala pa. We will see. At least, makikita mo na walang nag-aambisyon, no? At lahat ay willing to give way. So, magandang simulain yan.
Sir, sa development, what does it tell you about the leadership of Senator Pimentel?
Well, obviously, he has to toe the line. Ang concern natin dito talaga yung independence ng Senado. Ito ba ay nakokompromiso na? Dahil sa napakaraming taon, the Senate has always been a bastion of independence, no? And a check and balance sa ating executive department. So yun ang concern natin. Nawawala na ba ang pagiging independente ng Senado at magiging sunod-sunuro na lang ba ang Senado sa exekutibo, no?
Anong pakiramdam niya, sir?
Basta hindi kami papayag. Pero susuportahan natin pa rin yung mga palagay natin patakaran na makakatulong sa bansa at sa ating mga kababayan, pero tututulan natin yung mga patakaran na palagay natin na hindi tama.
Ano compromise ng independence ng Senate ngayon? Yes or no?
Well, alam mo, itong administrasyon kasi na ito, hindi sanay sa kritisismo at mga batikos. So, siyempre may epekto rin yan sa Senado, lalo na doon sa mga sabihin na natin ayaw, no? Na banggain o ayaw bumatikos dahil baka sila ay malagay sa alanganin. So sa atin, kasama ito sa ating trabaho. Wala namang perpektong administrasyon. Lahat ng presidente ay nagkakamali. At lahat ng presidenteng na katrabaho natin at nakasama natin at naging tinutulan natin, lahat sila may kakulangan. Kaya nga nandyan ang Senado, nandyan ang judiciary para magkaroon ng check and balance, no? Mababantayan ang kapangyarihan ng bawat isa para hindi nagkakaroon ng pang-aabuso.
So, saan na-compromise naman yung independence ng Senate? Saan nangyari yun?
Well, it is disturbing. No? Itong latest development ay very disturbing dahil sunod-sunod na yan. Kinulong si Senator De Lima, tapos tinanggalan tayo ng ating mga komite. Pero
Saan ang kasunod na? Kung sunod-sunod, ano kasunod nito?
well, yung ito pang isa, yung hindi lang after kinulong si Senator De Lima, tinatakot na si Senator Trillanes na siya naman ang susunod na ikukulong. No? At ito ay talagang sa aking palagay walang talagang hindi tama yung ganyang klaseng bitiw na salita na nanggagaling sa Department of Justice Secretary. Siguro kung nagmamarcha sa kalye yan, o kaya isang leader sa barangay, o kaya leader sa mga NGO, pwede yan. Pwede niya sabihin yan. Pero pag ikaw ang Secretary of Justice, bakit mo tatanungin sa publiko kung sino ang dapat isunod na ikulong? Meron tayong sistema ng katarungan, meron tayong due process, meron tayong impartial trial na lahat yan ay karapatan ng ating mga mamamayan that these are enshrined sa ating saligang batas.
Sir, what time did you learn that there was a caucus or you knew in advance of
pagdating ko na lang dito. Although last Saturday, nag-usap na kami ni Senators Drilon, Ontiveros, and Aquino at sinabi nga namin at nagkaroon kami ng understanding and na maaring dumating sa ganito. So tinatanggap natin itong pangyayaring ito, hindi kasama ito sa larangan ng ating pagseserbisyo. Pag tayo ay naninindigan at hindi nagsusunod-sunuran, ay mangyayari ito. At this will not stop us, no? From speaking out. Baka nga mas mapalakas pa ang hanay. Mas mapapalakas na nga ang hanay ng minority dahil dati 3, ngayon 5. At least, I think, if only for that, this is a good thing.
Hindi niya sir part dito ng plan para ma-delay or maharang yung pag-testify ni Las Cañas?
Wag sana. No? Tingnan natin dahil ang commitment nila ay mag-hearing. Base sa boto, no? Unless pagkatapos ito, humingi sila ng panibagong boto. Huwag naman sana dahil anong nangyari rito? Nung una, nagdesisyon, oo, tapos mamaya magbabago, huwag naman sana.
Sir, ano po masasabi niyo?
Baka sabihin, nagdesisyon na ilalabas, tapos biglang katakataka, biglang nagbago isip. Anong dahilan? No? Sinong pinoprotektahan doon? Bakit gustong itago ang katotohanan? Huwag naman sana. So babantayan natin yung Las Cañas testimony na yan dahil ang desisyon sa caucus niyan dapat marinig ang kanyang testimony dahil seryoso ito.
So, ano masasabi mo ngayon sa composition ng Senate? Sa majority naman?
Well, ang masasabi ko lang ay ganyan ang Senado. May mga pangyayari dahil sa takbo ng politika. Pero sa atin, huwag mag-aalala ang ating mga kababayan, hindi tayo matitinag, this is the price we have to pay for our being independent at pagpupuna sa ilang mga palagay namin hindi tama. So, sabi ko nga, hindi naman pwedeng administration right or wrong. Dahil lahat naman ng administrasyon mayroong mga kakulangan.
Sir, yung as Liberal Party President, yung mga LP allies niyo po sa House, should they also vote from the majority?
Well, we're actually meeting them tomorrow. This was already set prior to this latest development. But precisely, as party leader, I felt we have to be a step ahead in terms of being able to draw yung ating consensus, support, consultations. So hindi pa man ito nangyari, nakaschedule na kami bukas.
May meeting.
May meeting.
But sir, chairmanship niyo sa iba pang committee?
Mananatili din sir.
Wala akong ibang committee. Yun din ang isa sa nakakalungkot dahil siyempre, malapit sa akin ang agrikultura at yan ang ating advokasya.
Yun ang mga committee.
So like yung kay Center ba, may economic affairs? Paano yung ibang?
Hindi, yung isang committee lang ang
Tinanggal. Yung isa mariretain.
Yes.
Isa lang pala sa inyo.
Sa
So,
ngayon.
parang tigdadalawa kayo.
Hindi, ako, isa lang ang tinanggap ko kasi sabi ko masyadong malawak yung agriculture. So,
Ay, nawala.
Pero sir, yung constant amendments kay Senator Julon?
Hindi tinanggal.
hindi tinanggal. No? So,
Sa
nasa
ngayon.
kanya pa yun.
Yung kay Senator De Lima, yung electoral reforms, hindi rin.
Ay, hindi na. Tinanggal na siya sa justice siguro. At wala namang minanifest. So, tuloy pa rin ang kanyang chairmanship ng electoral.
Electoral reforms.
Unless otherwise decided by the majority. So, ganun na sa atin. Ang concern lang natin talaga, yung independence ng Senate ba ay nakokompromiso na? Ang Senado ba ay patungo na dun sa magbubulag-bulagan, magbibingi-bingihan? Wag naman at hindi tayo papayag. Kinakailangan manatili ang pagiging independent ng Senado. Kinakailangan manatili ang pagiging vocal sa mga issues na palagay natin na hindi tama. Yun.
Bakit pa question pa yung compromise naman?
Tingnan natin kasi kung halimbawa tuloy-tuloy naman ang hearing ng Las Cañas, kahit paano nakikita na hindi natin tinatakpan ang katotohanan. So wait and see tayo.
So, hindi nyo nakakasabi ng Selecta, sir, tungkol din sa bakit siya.
Hindi, nagkausap na kami.
Talaga? Ano
No,
sabi niya?
hindi, siya na lang ang tanungin ninyo.
Liberal Party senators lost their committee chairmanships today. Senator Franklin Drilon was also removed from his post as Senate President pro tempore. This followed a majority caucus without the LP senators and independent Riza Ontiveros. At the start of the plenary session, Senator Manny Pacquiao moved that the position of the Senate President pro tempore be declared vacant. Senator Drilon did not oppose the motion and instead seconded it. Drilon was replaced by Senate Minority Leader Ralph Recto. Pacquiao also moved that the chairmanship of the Committees on Health, Agriculture, and Education be declared vacant. Ontiveros was replaced as Health Panel Chair by Senator J.V. Ejercito. Francis Pangilinan lost the Agriculture Committee to Senator Cynthia Villar, while the Education Committee on Senator Bam Aquino went to Senator Cheese Escudero. Pangilinan, Drilon, and Aquino Ontiveros moved that they now join the minority bloc. Majority senators were tight-lipped on the changes.
The Senate majority has already decided to make Senator Ralph Recto as the new Senate President pro tempore. Liberal Party senators lost their committee chairmanships today. Senator Franklin Drilon was also removed from his post as Senate President pro tempore. This followed a majority caucus without the LP senators and independent Riza Ontiveros. At the start of the plenary session, Senator Manny Pacquiao moved that the position of Senate President pro tempore be declared vacant. Senator Drilon did not oppose the motion and instead seconded it. Drilon was replaced by Senate Minority Leader Ralph Recto. Pacquiao also moved that the chairmanship of the Committees on Health, Agriculture, and Education be declared vacant. Ontiveros was replaced as Health Panel Chair by Senator J.V. Ejercito, and Francis Pangilinan lost the Agriculture Committee to Senator Cynthia Villar, while the Education Committee of Senator Bam Aquino went to Senator Cheese Escudero. Pangilinan, Drilon, Aquino, and Ontiveros moved that they now join the minority bloc. Majority senators were tight-lipped on the changes.
Well, they were the ones who kicked us out, so you ask them why they kicked us out. We are not Kapito po. This is a numbers game. They have the numbers, and I enjoyed myself being minority leader. Now I was requested by 17 members of the Senate to be the Senate President pro tem. There are 4 leaders of the Senate President, the pro tem, the majority leader, and the minority leader.
We represent the Senate when we have the DOC discussions, National Security Council, and legislation as far as the House and the Senate priority agenda is concerned. It was the choice of the majority. In replacing Senate President Drilon, we in the minority had no hand in that whatsoever.
For PTV News, Jorge Miranda.
Alright, nasa linya naman po natin ngayon si Dr. Dennis Coronacion, Political Science Dean ng UST. Good morning, Doctor.
Good morning po, Ma'am Sarina and Sir Aljo.
Thank you po, Doctor, sa inyong oras. Ang katanungan po namin about sa Rigodon kahapon sa Senado, is it healthy ba na as per Senate President to clear lines between them? Kumbaga makakatulong sa kanilang mga ranks upang makapagpatupad ng kanilang trabaho, Doctor?
Yes, sa tingin ko, ano naman yan, healthy and balance yung kanilang ginawa. Kasi nga, yung nauna nilang agreement, o yung nauna nilang agreement, tapos nagkakaroon ng alliance between the LP senators and the administration party, mukhang hindi nag-work out kasi hindi naging productive yung Senado nitong mga nakaraang buwan. At puno-puno pa ng mga issues tulad na naman halimbawa yung isa sa mga Senate inquiries na nung si Senator De Lima pa ang chair ng Justice Committee, hindi naman ayon sa naging kagustuhan ng administration party. So, bukod pa doon, ang 17th Congress, sabi ko kanina, tatlong batas pa lamang may papasa. So, mukhang hindi nag-work out yung alliance. So, what we saw the other day was the unraveling of the uneasy alliance between the LP senators and the PDP laban.
How about naman, Doctor, yung reaction nyo, hindi naman sa sinabi ng kabila na ito'y parang laban sa demokrasya? Kasi it seems like ito yung price to pay nila nung inihayag nila yung kanilang panig nitong nakaraang February 25 hinggil sa pagdiriwang ng EDSA.
Well, maaari yung sentimento ng mga LP senators na tinanggal sa kanilang mga pwesto kalang chairmanship. At I think yun agad yung sinabi ni Senator Bam Aquino, yun ang kanyang interpretasyon. Maaaring totoo rin naman, pero tingin ko naman dyan ay yung kanilang pagdala doon sa EDSA celebration, parang nag-trigger lang yan doon sa maaaring matagal na decision ng administration party na tanggalin na sila sa coalition kasi nga hindi nga nakakatulong, hindi sila nagiging productive. And pressed for time na rin naman, kung tutusin, pressed for time na rin naman ang PDP laban kasi mag-isang taon na sila sa pwesto, ilang buwan na lang, isang taon na, at wala pa rin naman silang konkretong mga na achievements. And to think na itong mga nakaraang linggo, puro serye ng mga kapalpakan ang nangyayari sa Duterte administration. So, hindi nakakaganda. At this point, kumbaga man, nasa critical period ng Duterte administration.
Yes.
Kasi nga, yung kanilang lalo pat yung kanilang flagship project, yung kanilang anti-illegal drugs campaign, ay tinigil na. So without a flagship project, ano pa may pagmamalaki ng Duterte administration? So, talagang pressured ang PDP laban na makapag-produce ng magandang performance.
Alright. Okay, maraming salamat po, Dr. Dennis Coronacion, Political Science Dean ng University of Santo Tomas. Good morning po, sir.
Sige po, good morning po.
Okay, thank you so much, Zarina.
Help us to never stray away from your holy light and will. As we stand before you, we are humbly calling for your divine grace and guidance to take us to the right path and lead us to choices that will bring you glory. Guide us in our proceedings today, that we may do what is right and just according to your will. May your peace fill our hearts, and may we all continue to grow in your light and love. We ask this in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
Father, Son, and Holy Spirit.
The Jose Rizal University Chorale will lead us in the singing of the Philippine National Anthem. The group will also render a song entitled Paraiso.
Sa langit mo
Dwin. Thank you. J.R.U. Corral. Secretary, please call the roll.
Roll call of members. The Honorable Senators Angara, Aquino, Binay, Cayetano, De Lima, Dulon, Ejercito, Escudero, Gatchalian, Gordon, Honasan, Monteveros, Lacson, Ligada, Pacquiao, Pangilinan, Po, Recto, Soto, Trillanes, Villanueva, Villar, Zuberi, Senate President Pimentel.
With 23 senators present, the chair declares the presence of a quorum. Majority Leader.
Mr. President, I move that we dispense with the reading of the journal of the 66th session Wednesday, February 22, 2017, and consider the same as approved.
Any objection? There being none, we dispense with the reading of the journal of the 66th session Wednesday, February 22, 2017, and consider the same as approved.
Mr. President, there are guests of Senator Alan Cayetano. Would like to welcome them. The board member Philip Lee, ABC of Albay, board member Narciso Bernardo of ABC Romblon, Vice Mayor Herbert Borja, and members of the Sangguniang Bayan of Pulangi Albay. And I'd like to acknowledge Mr. and Mrs. Ola Eriksson and family from Stavanger, Norway, and guests of Senator Cayetano, ladies of the Ageless Society of Davao, Mr. President.
Welcome to all of our guests.
Mr. President, Senator Manny Pacquiao wishes to seek the floor, Mr. President.
Is there any objection? There being none, Senator Pacquiao is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that that the position of the Senate President pro tempore be declared vacant.
Any objection? Senator Dillon.
I will not interpolate Senator Pacquiao, Mr. President. I second the motion.
Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved. We proceed. There's no objection, so the motion is approved. Majority Leader?
We have a 1-minute suspension, Mr. President.
Session is suspended. Paki-ready out ka lang. Session is resumed.
Senator Pacquiao would like to be recognized, Mr. President.
Is there an objection? There being none, Senator Pacquiao is recognized.
Mr. President, I nominate Senator Ralph Recto to the position of Senate President pro tempore.
Any other nominations? The nomination has been seconded by Senator Escudero. Shall we close the nomination process, Majority Leader?
Yes, Mr. President, I move that we close the period of nomination
Mag-raise your
period.
hands pa rin, ano? Okay, for the record, since we need to achieve a certain number of votes, we will have to vote on the motion by the raising of hands, and your votes will be recorded. So those who are voting for Senator Recto as the new Senate President pro tempore, please raise your hand. Did we get it? Yeah, I don't need. Give me the result, please. Yes. No, it's a number. We only need to announce the number of votes. With 17 votes for Senator Recto as the new Senate President pro tempore, he is hereby elected as the Senate President pro tempore. Can we call Senator Recto to take his oath of office? Up here. Raise your right hand and state your oath of office. I, state your name.
I, Ralph Recto,
Having been elected Senate President pro tempore,
having been elected Senate President pro tempore,
do hereby solemnly swear
do hereby solemnly
that
swear
I will well and faithfully discharge
that I will well and faithfully discharge
to the best of my ability
to the best of my ability
the duties of my present position
the duties of my present position
and of all other I may hereafter hold
and of all other I may hereafter hold
under the Republic of the Philippines.
under the Republic of the Philippines.
That I will support and defend the Constitution of the Philippines.
That I will support and defend the Constitution of the Philippines.
That I will obey the laws and legal orders
That I will obey the laws and legal orders
and decrees promulgated by the duly constituted authorities
and decrees promulgated by the duly constituted authorities
and maintain true faith and allegiance
and maintain true faith and allegiance
to the Republic of the Philippines.
to the Republic of the Philippines.
And that I impose this obligation upon myself
And that I impose this obligation upon myself
voluntarily
voluntarily
without mental reservation
without mental reservation
or purpose of evasion.
or purpose of
So
evasion.
help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Majority Leader.
Mr. President, I move that we recognize Senator Manny Pacquiao.
Any objection? There being none, Senator Pacquiao is recognized.
Mr. President, I move to that the chairmanship and members of the Committee on Health be declared vacant, Mr. President.
Any objection? There being none, motion is approved. Senator Antiveros.
I second the motion, Mr. President.
Thank you. Majority Leader.
Mr. President, I move that we elect Senator J.B. Ejercito as Chairman of the Committee on Health.
Any objection? There being none, Senator Ejercito is the new Chairman of the Committee on Health.
Mr. President, I move that we recognize Senator Manny Pacquiao.
Any objection? There being none, Senator Pacquiao is recognized.
Mr. President, I move that the chairmanship and members of the Committee on Agriculture be declared vacant, Mr. President.
Any objection? There being none, motion is approved. Senator Pangilinan.
We would like to place on record that, well, prior to the approval of the motion, we would have seconded the motion.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Mr. President, I move that we elect Senator Cynthia Villar as Chairman of the Committee on Agriculture.
Any objection? There being none, Senator Villar is now the new Chairman of the Committee on Agriculture.
Mr. President, I move to recognize Senator Manny Pacquiao.
Any objection? There being none, Senator Pacquiao is recognized.
Mr. President, I move that the chairmanship and members of the Committee on Education be declared vacant.
Any objection? Senator Aquino. Senator Aquino.
Mr. President, I second the motion.
Thank you. Senator Poe.
I would just like to put on record, Mr. President, just a manifestation that I think that Senator Bam did an excellent job as chairman of the Committee on Education, and I hope that whoever will be voted in his place will continue the initiatives that he has started. Thank you, Mr. President.
That will not be treated as an objection. So, there being no objection, motion is approved.
Mr. President, I move that we elect Senator Chis Escudero as Chairman of the Committee on Education.
Any objection? There being none, Senator Escudero is now the new Chairman of the Committee on Education. Majority Leader.
Mr. President, I move that we proceed with the reference of business.
Any objection? Senator Aquino.
Mr. President, thank you for allowing me a few minutes of your time. Alam mo, Mr. President, lahat naman tayo dito mga politiko. Lahat naman tayo dito mga big boys and big girls. And I take no offense to this removal of my chairmanship in education. But for the record, Mr. President, I would just like to state for the record, and I hope no one will object, that this move, Mr. President, has nothing to do with the performance of the Committee on Education. Two of the priority bills that we have filed and are currently discussing and hopefully will pass before the end of March, yung Pagkain Pinoy para sa Batang Pinoy Bill, and of course our Free Higher Education Act, Mr. President, has gone through numerous hearings, has gone through numerous consultations. We've put the time into these bills, Mr. President, and we will support Senator Escudero when he finalizes these bills and hopefully gets a second and third reading, Mr. President, here on the Senate floor. Mr. President, never in my 4 years as a senator have I seen support for this bill. Support as much for these two bills. Mr. President, yung Free Education Act, I think there were already 11 or 12 co-sponsors. There were a number of co-authors. Yung Pagkain Pinoy, Mr. President, also had a similar number of support from our colleagues. So for the record, Mr. President, let me just say that it was a pleasure being your Committee on Education Chairman. And Mr. President, if this is the price to pay to show up on the streets of EDSA, talking about democracy, talking about the issues of violence in our streets. If this is the price to pay, Mr. President, I gladly pay that price. Maraming salamat, Mr. President.
Thank you for the manifestation. Let's go to the pending motion that we proceed with the reference of business. Any objection? Senator Pangilinan.
Just a clarification, Mr. President, before we proceed, we act on the motion. Considering that the former minority leader is now elected as Senate President pro tem, may we know who the minority leader, who will act as minority leader, Mr. President?
Senator Recto is recognized.
Just a manifestation and maybe to help answer the question. Mr. President, I accept the pro tem and I thank my colleagues, the majority of whom have voted me to the position of pro tem. Precisely knowing or finding out today what will happen, I thought it was best to accept the offer of the majority to be pro tem, to open up the position of minority leader to any of our colleagues who may be joining the minority. At this point in time, I suppose that the minority leader would be Senator Trillanes until the minority decides among themselves who would be the minority leader. Thank you.
Senator Pangilinan.
Mr. President, with that manifestation, I will place on record that I would like to associate myself with the members of the minority of this chamber.
Thank you. Senator Drilon.
I adopt the manifestation of Senator Pangilinan, and therefore it is proper at this stage that we rearrange the seats in the chamber.
Thank you. Who else? Senator Aquino.
Mr. President, likewise, I manifest that I will also be joining the minority.
Were you raising your hand, Senator Tiveros? Yes, sir. Senator Tiveros.
Thank you, Mr. President. I also proudly joined the minority of the Senate today. Salamat po.
Thank you. Senator Pangilinan. Yes.
I took a few moments, Mr. President, hoping that perhaps other members of the chamber would also associate themselves and join the minority, but it looks like that's it, Mr. President. Having said that, Mr. President, we may be allowed perhaps a day or so to sit down with our colleagues in the minority to discuss, if at all, a reorganization or on the matter of the issue of who the minority leader will be. And as such, make the necessary manifestations at the proper time, at a later time, Mr. President.
Is there any objection to proceed with the reference of business as of this moment? Senator Drilon?
So, just to make the records clear, the members of the minority today will be Senator Trillanes, this representation, Senator Risa Hontiveros, Senator Bam Aquino, Senator Kiko Pangilinan. And of course, we speak also for and in behalf of Senator Laila De Lima as a member of the minority.
I think it's better to await formal communication from the good senator.
Yes, yes.
Regarding that matter, sir. Okay.
Yes.
But that's correct, sir. As of this moment, there will be 5 members of the minority.
Okay. We have no dispute with that, Mr. President.
What's the pleasure of Senator Pangilinan?
Yes, Mr. President, with the inclusion of at least, well, prior to the reorganization, Mr. President, there were 3 members of the minority. After the reorganization, Mr. President, there are now 5. This will therefore affect the entire proportionate representation in all the committees. May we know how we are to proceed, given the change in the proportionate representation of all committees, Mr. President?
Majority Leader? Yes. Can we answer that question later because we have a pending motion to proceed with the reference of business? Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved. Secretary, let us proceed with the reference of business.
Reference of business. Message of the President of the Philippines. Letter of President Rodrigo Roa Duterte dated 15 February 2017, submitting to the Senate's consideration the agreement between the Government of the Republic of the Philippines and the government of the Republic of Indonesia concerning the delimitation of the exclusive economic zone boundary, which was signed on 23rd May 2014 in Manila, Philippines.
Referred to the Committee on Foreign Relations.
Bills on first reading. 1349, an act naming the intersection of Jose Abad Santos Avenue, Gapan, San Fernando, Olongapo Road, and the Guagua, Florida Blanca Provincial Road, located at the border of Barangay San Antonio and Barangay Jose Abad Santos, both in the municipality of Guagua, province of Pampanga, as the William Gulanco